Here we have the winged victory of Samothrace, also known as Nike of Samothrace, created in 190 BC.
This is one of the best-known Greek works coming from the Hellenistic period, a beautiful work of art capturing Nike, the messenger goddess of victory. Something that is so striking about this sculpture is the power that it's captured just in the movement of the body. Look at the lean of her body, the forward motion of it with her right leg in front of the other. It's as if she's marching forward against resistance on a difficult road to victory.
Yes, marching against some kind of resistance for sure. Yet she doesn't look beaten down. She is glorified by it. Her upper body is leaning forward, her wings are spread out behind her. She looks so strong and athletic. This dramatic pose captured her strength so well.
And still very feminine, because depending on how you view this figure and from which angle, the body can appear very slender and feminine or very powerful and dynamic. Also, the sheer cloth that wraps her body and reveals just parts of her skin, like her stomach and her legs, adds to that feminine feel, not to mention divine. Aside from Greek mythology, why do you think the divine figure of victory is a woman?
Maybe the idea of the difficult road to victory has something to do with it. A true victory is gained not by physically taking away power from the weak, which is a very masculine thing, but a slow struggle using everything you've got, like the power of will and determination.
Just looking at this, I feel a gush of wind.
I agree, and it's amazing how it can make us feel like that because this is a sculpture that interacts with space around it and creates its own environment, like a gush of wind. The details of the drapery really contributes in creating the environment. The folds and how it wraps around her body help create that illusion.
Moving forward in time, about 1800 years later, in 1623, we have Gian Lorenzo Bernini's David that is very much influenced by the Hellenistic period that it also captures a moment in a series of actions.
Bernini was very attached to the dramatic naturalism of Hellenistic sculpture, and this is clear when we compare his David to Donatello's or Michelangelo's David. Look at this David as he is about to throw the stone that will bring down Goliath. Bernini captures a moment, just a split second in the course of a continuous movement.
A very violent movement. David's body is all wound up and twisted with such momentum as if he's about to spring forward the next second, unwind the tension of his muscles, and release a slingshot that will kill Goliath.
It's so powerful.
Yes, and Bernini really redefined how a stationary sculpture can express time, and he does this through the powerful movement of the body that is bursting with energy.
Potential energy?
Right, like he's about to jump into life, the bulging muscles of his arm, how his torso is twisted like a spring. His leg is positioned behind him on a tiptoe. This is not a position that one can hold for a long time, it's just for this moment.
Bernini captured David as we would capture a baseball player swinging a bat in a photograph, in this case with a sling. The stretched rope of the slingshot looks so tense. I can almost feel its power and potential impact on Goliath just by looking at it.
Like he's aiming at us, the audience, right? That's what's so great about the sculpture. It works as a completely standalone work of art that doesn't need a backdrop or have to be viewed only from the front. It really calls the audience to walk around it, interact with it, because as you walk around it and view it from different angles and perspective, you notice that when you stand in front of him, it's as if you are Goliath and he's slaying you.
This is a sculpture that has a presence. David is actually occupying our space in reality. He is not just standing majestically in a classical contrapposto. His movement is reaching out towards us, and we really have to view it from all angles to appreciate its complete form. He is not being passive, he is ready to unleash his strength, just like how Hellenistic sculptures were characterized for expressing unleashed passion.
The first time since Hellenistic period that this has been done in a sculpted figure, and passion like emotions?
Yes, look at the way Bernini expresses aggression and determination. The violence that is about to take place, the facial expression is so real and hardened with concentration and strain.
He is tightly biting his lips, his eyebrows and forehead are tense. This is a look of determination as he's about to face a confrontation of his lifetime, probably. Capturing emotion is another Hellenistic characteristic, this vivid and dramatic depiction. There's a speculation that this is actually a self-portrait of Bernini.
Supposedly he was looking at himself in a mirror while he was sculpting this.
That's right, and there's definitely the resemblance, which is always interesting when artists do that in their artworks. This is a sculpture that tells a story and places us as a part of that story. The tension of the body, the look on his face, how he phrases time, everything about it was done deliberately and specifically for the subject, not just for the eyes. And all in all, it's a beautiful work of art.
Very much so.